Level 1. The stable. You are 15 years old and you just moved into a sumo stable in Tokyo with one bag and a futon roll. A scout saw you at a youth tournament last spring. You were big, fast, and threw a boy twice your age out of the ring with the expression of someone mildly annoyed at furniture. Contracts were signed. Now you're here. You wake at 5. You sweep the clay ring before anyone else's feet touch it. You cook the enormous protein stew that everyone eats twice a day, every day, forever. You do the laundry. You run errands. You are, in practical terms, a very large housekeeper who gets thrown around for sport. You eat last. Rank determines everything. Who trains first, who eats first, who speaks. You are at the absolute bottom. Breakfast is whatever is left in the pot. Some mornings this is plenty. Some mornings this is a situation you manage with dignity and quiet suffering. The senior wrestlers are not mean to you. They are indifferent to you, which is somehow worse. You are a new piece of furniture they expect to be useful eventually. Prove it or go home. Level 2. Ring name. 6 months in and the stable master calls you to his office. You kneel. He gives you your ring name, your shirkona. 2 characters. Together they sound like something between a prayer and a warning. This name goes on the tournament bracket. On the ranking sheet. Someday, if things go the way you intend, on the Emperor's Cup. You practice writing it that night. 50 times. Your handwriting is bad. You write it 50 more. It starts to look like you. You are no longer just a big kid from the countryside. The sport has accepted you enough to name you. Everything else is what you do with that. Level 3. The first bout. Entry-level bouts happen in the morning before anyone cares. The arena is half empty. The judges look like they might be thinking about lunch. None of this matters because you are so nervous you cannot feel your feet. Your name is called. You climb to the ring. You throw a handful of salt, the purification ritual wrestlers have done on this clay for centuries. You crouch at the starting line and stare at the man across from you. He is exactly as terrified as you are. Only one of you will look at afterward. The referee drops his fan. You explode forward. Your charge has always been your best weapon and your worst habit. Too much enthusiasm, not enough direction. Like a very motivated cannonball. Today it works. You drive your opponent out in 4 seconds. Your stable master is standing near the corridor. He watches you approach. He says nothing. Then he nods once, turns, and walks away. You will spend the next decade trying to earn a second nod. Level 4. The lower divisions. The lower division bouts happen in the morning before the televised action. The stands are near empty. Families, a few obsessive fans with notebooks, a snack vendor who has been here since 1987 and has seen everything twice. Nobody is watching. You wrestle anyway, every time, like the building is full. You are 16, 17, 18. Your body is growing in ways that alarm furniture. You develop a neck like a load-bearing wall. Morning practice lasts 3 hours and leaves the ring looking like a crime scene. You discover that the wrestler from the Osaka stable who beats you 3 times straight is beatable if you change your entry angle, which you figure out after watching the tape so many times you see it while sleeping. Your body hurts constantly. A torn ankle ligament you compete on because falling in rank means climbing back up and climbing is slow. A knee with opinions about cold weather. You stop thinking of pain as a signal and start thinking of it as weather. You dress for it and go outside anyway. Level 5. Juryo. Juryo is the second division and the first paid rank in sumo. Below it you get an allowance. Here you get a salary. This distinction is enormous when you are 19 and have been eating leftover stew for 4 years. You now have a junior wrestler assigned to assist you. 3 weeks ago you were that guy. You try to be decent about it because you remember exactly how it felt from the other side. Your ceremonial apron is commissioned, embroidered by hand, takes 2 months, weighs several kilograms. The first time you wear it during the ring entering ceremony, walking in full ceremonial dress while the crowd watches in silence, something shifts. You understand for the first time what this sport actually is. It is not about the bouts. The bouts are just proof. It is about what a person becomes when they wake up at 5 in the cold and do the work anyway, for years, without applause, because the alternative is to be the person who didn't. Level 6. Amakuchi. You reach the top division at 21. 42 wrestlers. The best 42 in the world right now. You are one of them. The bouts are on national television. Prime time. Millions of viewers. Your father watches from the same chair in the same house, leaning forward at the good bouts, leaning back at the boring ones. He texts you after your first televised win. 2 characters. The Japanese equivalent of acceptable. You screenshot it. You still have it. The wrestlers at this level have studied your tape. They know your dominant grip. They know you overcommit on your first push. They are ready for the thing you do before you do it. A bout that looks like 2 giants colliding is actually 2 complete libraries of information about each other, compressed into 8 seconds of controlled violence. You lose your first 3 bouts. You go home, eat dinner, lie on your futon, stare at the ceiling. You have been staring at this ceiling for 6 years. It has never given you anything. You keep checking. Level 7. The spotlight. You climb into the named ranks just below the top. To get here you must beat ranked wrestlers consistently enough that the association has no polite choice but to move you up. A magazine does a profile. They watch you do leg raises for 20 minutes and call it meditative. You have never once found leg raises meditative. You find them brutal and necessary, and you count reps in a different language sometimes just to stay awake. But sure, meditative. The public version of you is beginning to separate from the actual you. You learn to manage both. You say the right things. You are humble and grateful and focused. All of this is true. None of it is complete. Your body at 24 has the injury history of a man twice your age. The ankle, the shoulder, the knee. You see the stable doctor more than you see your friends. He wraps things and prescribes things and looks at your scans with the expression of a man who has accepted something you haven't. You fight through all of it because stopping means falling, and you have done enough falling. Level 8. Ōzeki. 3 straight strong tournaments, double-digit wins each time. The promotion ceremony is ancient. Men in formal dress read from scrolls. You kneel and receive the rank. When it's over you sit in the stable master's office and there is nothing to say, so nothing is said. Fewer than 80 men in the entire modern era have held this rank. Your face is on the tournament poster. A snack company puts your face on a bag of rice crackers. Your father buys 12 bags and eats none of them. The pressure is structural now. Win 10 or more per tournament or face warning status. One bad result after that and the rank is gone. You do this math every 6 weeks for years. It becomes a second heartbeat, slightly anxious, always present. Then the championship. 15 bouts, 15 wins. Perfect record. The final opponent is a Yokozuna who has won this 11 times. The bout takes 9 seconds. You drive him out at the edge and the arena erupts, and for a moment you are not in your body, you are above it, watching, thinking. So this is what it looks like from outside. The trophy is heavier than it looks on television. Everything is. Level 9. Yokozuna. Yokozuna is not a promotion. It is a verdict. 2 consecutive championships. The committee deliberates not just on your record but on your character, your capacity to carry the title for the rest of your career. Because once granted, it cannot be taken away. They are not asking if you are the best right now. They are asking if you are the kind of person this can live inside of permanently. They decide that you are. The rope you wear as Yokozuna weighs 15 kilograms. Your first ring-entering ceremony in it. The arena holds 10,000 people and every single one of them is silent. That silence is the loudest thing you have ever heard. You are Yokozuna for 7 years. 9 championships. The knee files a formal complaint in year 4. You negotiate. You keep going. You retire at 36. The ceremony fills the arena. 1,000 guests take turns cutting your top knot with gold scissors. Your father holds them a long time before he cuts. You look at the ceiling. The final cut is made by the young wrestler you coached for 4 years. The one with your habits, your grip, your tendency to overcommit on the first push, which you've been trying to fix in him because you know exactly where it leads. The top knot falls. You go home. Level 10. The Ghost. You open a small stable in your hometown. You teach boys who remind you of yourself at 15. Big, unformed, completely unaware of what they are getting into. You watch them sweep the ring at 5 in the morning and complain about it and eat last and lie on their futons staring at ceilings. You don't tell them what it will cost. They wouldn't believe you anyway. Your body never fully recovers. Structural damage is structural. Knees that lock. A shoulder that argues with the weather. Hands that ache in winter in the specific way that only comes from 20 years of gripping with everything you have. You sit in your office at the end of evening practice. The boys have gone home. The ring is still. One desk lamp. You stare at your hands. The knuckles are flat. There is a scar from a bout you don't remember the name of. Each scar is a story you can only tell to someone who was there.